This song is called Inside My Arms, and I wrote it about a relationship that I was in where I really felt like, we were in love, and that in the nighttime we would have so much fun and we would just like let loose and like we knew who each other was. Like, this is it. And then in the morning, it just wasn't the same. Like, love is so fleeting, and in my life sometimes it's been a hard thing to like capture and hold on to, even though there's been so many moments. So yeah, I wrote this song. It's called Inside My Arms. Inside my arms, he's a different man. Inside my arms, he forgets his plans. He is mine, and I supply everything he needs until he leaves and forgets the warmth of my body. Ooh, I'm not proud. No, I'm not proud that I cling to him. I cherish his soul and I sing to him. But I am hopelessly into him. I always answer when he calls. Inside my arms on some too late night, when I don't care if he treats me right, we'll be pretending, but I'll feel that it's real in the morning. Inside my arms on some too late night. No, I don't care if it treats me right. We'll be pretending, but I'll know that it's real in the morning. He'll forget to feel down some other too late
Welcome to Take Me to the River, a movement of social consciousness. We continue to bring you the very best of New Orleans musicians and young, beautiful New Orleans musicians in this case. We have in our presence a lovely, sultry, really talented singer-songwriter, Gabrielle. Say your last name. I like it when you say it.
Cavassa.
You were giving me that really Cavassa.
Oh, Cavassa.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, I can't give that justice. So tell me, how did you get started in music?
Well, I just love music very much since I was a little girl. And anything that I could, it was really like since I was born, anytime I heard it, I wanted to do it. So I was begging my parents for lessons. I was involved in anything I could be, chorus, plays. I begged my mom to let me study music in college, and she said no, but I kind of still did. I ended up getting a music history degree.
Oh, wow. You're going to put me to the test.
Yeah.
Okay, will there be a quiz later?
No, I didn't do that well in college. I do have the degree, though. And then I was living in San Francisco and was just gigging all the time and learning from the old dudes in San Francisco, and they taught me a lot of what I know about music.
Couple questions. One is, Escondido doesn't seem like the most, no disrespect to Escondidoans, but not the most musical place, right? So were you searching for inspiration early on?
It's not the most musical place, but of course I did not know that. And like, music exists, and so every time I saw it, it was like a luxury to me. And it still feels that way. Like I just feel like very lucky whenever I get to play music and when I hear music. And so when I first came here, I was very shocked at the concentration of music here. It was like really wild to me.
Well, I can feel your soul and your heart. It's so in your music and your phrasing. It must just be natural. It must be inside of you, just wanting to come out.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it must be too, because I don't know why else I would be here. Yeah.
So you go to San Francisco and you start learning from older musicians, probably for the first time, right? Like you really kind of tapped into a scene. Mm-hmm. So what was that like? Where'd you go? What do you remember? One thing or anything that was influential to you in that whole scene?
Yeah. Well, at that time, I really fell in love with jazz music. And so I started collecting records, and I would go all the time to Amoeba and other record stores in San Francisco, Noise. And I didn't even know very many records, so I would just like go by what they looked like. So I would like one of the first ones I got was Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, Moanin'. And it's just because it's his big head on the front. And I was like, that's cool. So I got that one. And so like anything that I thought was cool, I would listen to it and started falling in love. And then I would sort of learn things off the record, learn solos or something. And I would go sit in at this club called Club Deluxe. Mm-hmm. And that's on Haight Street in San Francisco. And so I was there, they had like a different jam every night of the week, so I was there. And that's why I didn't do that well in college, because I really was studying at Club Deluxe.
Well, you were studying something you liked, at least, and you were probably learning from that as well, in terms of just artists and who to sort of pay attention to.
Yeah.
When you drink too much and you hate me for making you crazy, I will stroke your hair and hold you in your underwear. Though you don't like to be touched when you're upset, I do my best, I do my best. I didn't know that I could hurt you. And when I stay too late with the crowd that you don't think likes you, yes, they buy me drinks and they give me what I ask them for. I don't need more, I wanna come home to you. But I shouldn't drive, no, I shouldn't drive. But I need to prove I love you. If you're scared of my power, that makes two of us. Baby, if you're scared of my power, that makes two of us. Oh, but I won't run if you don't. No, 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 I won't run if you don't. When I think too much, I drink too much, I hate me for making me crazy. Will you stroke my hair? Will you hold me in my underwear? Though you don't like to help, if you can't fix it, just try, please. kind. I didn't know that you could hurt me.
Your control, your dynamics, it's one thing to try and talk to a musician about dynamics and phrasing. And you do both so wonderfully. You know, your control, your phrasing, dynamically, it's great because you're allowing the listener to go on this journey with you. And as a listener, I feel that. So where did you learn that sort of style of control and dynamics? Because dynamics is very hard to teach. That's something that somebody really has to pick up or learn themselves.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, all of those things that you just said, those are my favorite things about music. The dynamics, the journey. I think I probably learned from Billie Holiday. Probably listened to her more than I listened to anyone else in the world.
Did you see the movie?
Yes, I did.
What'd you think?
I thought it was amazing. I thought Andra Day was fantastic.
She got a Golden Globe for that.
I know.
Isn't that great?
I know.
Yeah.
An Oscar.
She got a nomination.
Oh, she got a nomination, but she got the Golden
won
Globe.
the
Sorry.
Golden Globe. And probably by the time this airs, maybe she will have won.
Yeah, she's a fantastic singer as well.
Well, that was her first acting job.
I know.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Pretty natural.
Yes, very natural. I want to do this song that is a jazz standard, and it's called You Go to My Head. And I've always loved it. Billie Holiday is my favorite singer, and she sings it. And it's just about, like, getting distracted by romance. That's obviously what I love to sing about. And yeah, this is a beautiful, beautiful song. You Go to My Head.
You go to my head, and you linger like a haunting refrain. I find you spinning round in my brain like the bubbles in a glass of champagne. You go to my head like a sip of sparkling burgundy brew. I find the very mention of you like the kicker in a julep or two. The thrill of the thought that you might give a thought to my plea casts a spell over me. Still I say to myself, Gabby, get a hold of yourself. Can't you see? This never can be. You go to my head with a smile that makes my temperature rise like a summer with 1,000 Julys. You intoxicate my soul with your eyes. Oh, I'm certain that this heart of mine, oh, hasn't a ghost of a chance in this crazy, crazy, crazy romance. You go to but it's really you, baby. You go to my head.
So you come to New Orleans and you said earlier you're pretty overwhelmed.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people associate New Orleans as a jazz town, which is just a small part or a large part, however you want to look at it. But it's just a piece of the music that goes on here. There's, you know, brass bands and funk and, you know, rock and roll and everything else in between. There's the Indian culture. There's so many different rhythms going on, Afro-Cuban. Were you able to pick up on some of these influences, because it is a melting pot here, it is gumbo. What types of things did you infuse into your music from here?
Yeah. You know, actually, it's funny because this is like the jazz capital. But when I moved here, I was sort of introduced, first of all, to the concept of Black American music, that's what jazz is. And that's what all of these musics are, all of these things that you just said. And I think for me that just sort of opened up like my world, like it took me out of my box, you know, and learning jazz in kind of, I mean, I learned from experience, but learning in that way really puts you in a box. And so when I moved here, I was like, oh, this is all the same. This brass band music and this like country music and folk music, indie music, Zydeco, like all of the cool things I was hearing, and like the funk too. And the way that everyone performs here has something in common. And so I realized that music is the same, and it kind of allowed me to feel free to express myself however I want to and not be confined to like one genre. I don't think that New Orleans confines itself at all.
No. I teach, it's world music. It's the first example of real world music, because you have influences from all around the world, whether it be, you know, Eastern European military to Afro-Cuban, Haitian, you know, all these different influences, West, you know, obviously Africa, West Africa, coming together and forming this unique kind of syncopated, interesting rhythms, this music. And so being able to navigate your own music, do you find yourself trying some things that you hear, you know, and what was one of the things that really clicked for you?
Okay, well, I don't know if this is what you're asking, but the biggest thing that clicked for me when I moved here was that the concept that like music is for people. And like before, I think I was just trying to like impress the other cats on the bandstand with me. I think I was just playing for the other musicians and for myself. But when I moved here, I was like, oh, it's for you. Like, oh, like this is why I love music. This is why I connect to music. You know, that it's a show, and that does not have to be a compromise at all to the music. So I think that's the biggest thing I've taken from New Orleans.
That's great. You're used to playing with a band.
Yes.
And tell me a little bit about, you know, your transition, whether it's, this is what we're going to get from Gabrielle going forward. Is it a solo kind of act, or are you going to still play with a band, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I just want the freedom to do both, actually. Yeah, I've always played with a band, and big bands and little bands, and I love playing with a band. But in COVID, I sort of developed my solo act, because I just wanted, you know, to accompany myself, just very natural. And I love having that option. So I think that there will be a lot more of me solo in the future, but certainly not only.
What is your favorite band setup?
Well, I mean, I'm open to a lot of things, but, you know, right now and historically, I think it's been, you know, drums, acoustic bass, and piano, or lately I love Fender Rhodes.
So I don't need to ask you or I do. I already know the answer, but I think everybody else would be really interested. What did you do during COVID?
Yeah. Well, I learned how to play guitar, for one. I also released an album. That was crazy. That was
Where
like
can
the
we
first-
find that?
Everywhere. Anywhere.
Okay.
Yeah. I released an album in August, so that was kind of wild timing. And it kept me busy. I played guitar. I cooked. I'm a huge cook. I love cooking. So COVID was sort of my time to like practice.
So you really learned guitar during COVID.
Yeah.
That's amazing skill to come out of a pandemic with. I
Yes.
applaud your stick-to-itness.
Yes.
It really is powerful with your voice and phrasing. It's very nice. It's not too cluttered. It's just perfect,
Thank you.
and it's really nice, simple, and right straight to the heart and straight from the heart.
Thank you. I'm glad that it comes across that way.
Definitely.
I don't know why I love you like I do. After all the changes that you put me through, you stole my money and my cigarette, and I haven't seen the worst of it yet. I wanna know, won't you tell me, am I in love to stay? Take me to the river, wash me down, soothe my soul, put my feet on the ground. I don't know why he treated me so bad, after all the things that we could have had. Love is an ocean that I can't forget. My sweet 16, I will never regret. I wanna know, won't you tell me, am I in love to stay, stay, stay? Wash me down, cleanse my soul, hold me, squeeze me, love me, tease me, till I can't take no more, take no more. Take me to the river, wash me down, won't you cleanse my soul, put my feet on the ground. I don't know why I love you like I do, after all the changes that you put me through. Those 16 candles are burning on my wall, turning me into the greatest fool of them all. I wanna know, won't you tell me, am I in love to stay? Take me to the river, wash me down, baby, baby, cleanse my soul, put my feet on the ground, put my feet on the, put my feet on the, put my feet on the ground.
So do you come from a big family, small family?
Yeah, I come from a big Italian family.
Okay.
And everyone in my family is pretty artistic, but not really. My aunt played saxophone, but my parents, nobody's really musical. My dad would be so mad if he watched it. He did play tuba in high school.
Dad,
Sorry, Dad.
Yeah, you're covered, Dad. You know, she got the tuba plug in. So.
Yeah. But yeah, like I don't come from a musical family, but a big artistic, loving, eating family.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So how many records under your belt now?
One.
Uh-huh. And have you gone out on the road? And
well,
actually...
not with my own band. That tour got canceled, actually.
So we will see you out on the road?
Yeah, I'm going out in April, which is exciting.
Wow, go see this girl. Yeah. She is dynamic and really somebody who's so refreshing. You can feel the love and inspiration that you're putting out for everyone. And even though it could be a heartbreak song, there's hope to it, which is really great.
Yeah, I think I like that. I want the duality of like, there's so much pain in life and also there's so much hope and joy, and I always want to put forward both, not one or the other.
So your songwriting process, give us a glimpse of what that looks like.
It's changing, I don't know. I write a lot of poems, like on my voice memo, or voice notes. No, not like the memos, notes.
Oh, on the notes on your phone, yeah.
So like, before I fall asleep, I write some. I write them all the time whenever I think of something. And then sometimes a melody comes right with it, and sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times I end up just sitting down and sort of going through all of these things that I've written and becoming sort of re-inspired, and then I'll try to write a full song.
Do you journal, or is it more just kind of randomized, when you feel inspired to write about things?
Well, yeah, the songs, it's just random. It's just like whenever I have an idea that I think is clever, I write it down. And it's also like a lot of bullshit too. And then I do journal, but that's sort of separate. That's because I have such bad ADHD that I have to tell myself what I'm doing all the time so that I remember.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you probably need somebody around, right, to say, hey, remember to do that, remember to do that.
Yeah, all my friends take care of me in that way, for sure.
Oh, you're on a text chain, huh? Like they text you and say, don't forget.
Well, I don't. I mean, I tell myself, but like that's why I have to journal, because otherwise I would just wake up and be like, I have nothing to do today. Today's a beautiful day, and I would forget everything. So I have to like do like calendar, like everything.
Do you know how many people would love to have that?
I do know that, but there's also a flip side, because then that feeling when you're like, I'm just having a glorious day and enjoying myself, that feeling of terror, like, and I forgot this.
Right.
It's horrible.
And I'm sure you've had people say, what were you thinking? I was just having a good time.
I wasn't. Yeah.
So you did Take Me to the River, which was really great. You're now part forever of the Take Me to the River family. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you.
What does the song mean to you?
Yeah, I think it's like a calling for help. Like, the verses are like, what I love to sing, it's like a bad relationship, and then just please help me, just like cleanse my soul. Please give me hope. And, God can do that, music can do that, many things can do that. But yeah, we need that.
How do we follow Gabrielle?
Pretty easy. I'm like the only person with that name. So Gabrielle Cavassa, you could just Google me. But I have Instagram at Gabtron007.
Follow her.
Yeah. I'm on Spotify. I'm out there.
Good. Good. When's the next record?
Soon. I'm doing a duo record with my piano player, Ryan Hansler. And we're working on it right now. I think fall.
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, this has been such a pleasure. The joy and love that you bring us and put into the world is very, very appreciated, and we hope you keep doing this for a long time because we need you.
Thank you very much. I cannot stop doing this.
Good. Gabrielle, thank you so much.
Thank you. That was great. This song is a new song that I wrote during quarantine, and it's called What Do I Wonder? And it's about a breakup, but I also think that it's very quarantine sort of inspired because basically what was going on is like I'm just alone, and I'm thinking like, what do I even wonder? What do I even think? You know? What would I say to this person if I saw them? And when will I see them? Because I'll probably never see them because I live in my house and I never leave. And so it was really weird, like, feelings and weird time. And it gave me this song called What Do I Wonder? What do I want to say to him? What do I wonder? When will it go away? When will I see him? And when I do, will we exchange words? What do I want to say to him? What do I wonder? When will it go away? When will I see him? And when I do, will we exchange words? He whose cheek I touched with my fingertips and lips 10,000 times, 10,000 times I made him breakfast, and 10,000 times I made love to him. I gave love to him. You say what you said to our friends. What were you thinking? Did you not think of me? Don't you remember the love that used to be, babe? Don't you remember the love that used to be? The love. Exchange words.